The only advantage is biology is a heavy subject. Some students don't want to study electronics. They can easily manage. Okay, so with that idea they take electronics. And if they take PCME, that means they don't have this medical option. They're to get into engineering or pure science BSc. They can also take computer science in place of that. Electronics and computer science are relatively a bit easy compared to studying biology. Okay, but I'm telling you, there is no rule that if you have taken electronics in PUC, there is no rule that you have to take engineering electronics only, or to take engineering computer science. If you want to join BE computer science in SIT Tumkur, then it's possible. If you have taken PCMCS or PCME or even PCMB, you've taken PCMB, but you want to join engineering computer science, absolutely no problem. There is no condition that you have to take computer science in PUC. Okay, you want engineering, so you will try for NEET examination, and your second option, plan B, is this one, BE computer science. Okay, in case if you don't get NEET, then you want to get into BE computer science. Very good. With PCMB in second PUC, it's possible to go there also. Nothing to worry. Okay, and there is no rule that if you have taken PUC computer science, you have to take computer science and engineering, or electronics here, only electronics and engineering. It's not like that. PUC options are absolutely, it will not affect that. Only thing is, if you want to get into medical, then your optional subject should be PCMB. And in Bangalore, colleges offer peculiar combinations. Some colleges offer PCM and then statistics. Some colleges offer geology. Okay, some colleges offer microbiology, and in some colleges home science is also there. Peculiar topics are there. But in Tumkur, these are the common options available. Okay, fine. And now after that, you see this PUC examination. Okay, it's 6 subjects, along with this, 2 languages. Okay, language 1, language 2, maybe Kannada and English, or Hindi and English, or any other subject, whatever that college offers, Sanskrit and English, they can take. English is compulsory, and along with that, one more language you can take. And all this put together, 6 subjects, you'll be writing the examination for 600 marks. And easily, Tumkur top score this year, it's 589. One of our students has scored 589. It means just 11 marks less than that 600. Harsha Bijay scored 592. Okay, 592 or 594. Okay, that means just 6 marks less. Okay. Now don't worry. That means it's possible. They have proved that using the available resources of Tumkur, they have proved that it's possible to achieve so much. Okay, fine. And for 100 marks, when you study PCMB, chemistry, you can take 100 marks. In that 100 marks, how that 100 marks is divided, you see. Chemistry 100 marks, it is for 70 marks a theory paper and 30 marks for practicals. Practicals, they'll train you. It's very good. It's a beautiful experience to conduct experiments in lab. They'll clearly explain what to do. They'll give a chance for you to write. They'll give a repetition option to you, all this. And for the 30 marks, usually students score 29 or 30. Don't worry, you will definitely not get less than 29. Okay, in the colleges where good lab is not available, there also students get 29 or 30. And most of the colleges in Tumkur have good labs, and your score will be easily 29 or 30, because in the 29 or 30 out of 30, they'll allot some 5 marks for your practical record, what you write, your attendance, and there'll be a small viva also, easy questions they'll ask, and experiments in the examination they'll give. You will already have the good experience to conduct that experiment of the examination. Easily you'll get marks. There'll be some assistance also from teachers there. Okay, in case if there is a complication. And this is for theory. An entire textbook, what chemistry part 1 and part 2 textbooks you have, and that's for the 70 marks. Okay, a choice will be there. And in part 1, there'll be 5 parts in the examination paper. This year it may slightly change. Okay. Now, there'll be 1 mark questions. There'll be 10 1 mark questions. That's compulsory. After that, 2 mark questions, 3 mark, 5 mark questions, there'll be choice. Okay. So easily you can answer question of your choice. And I see every year so many students for 70 marks, you'll get 3 hours 15 minutes of time. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Easily you can answer all that 70 and score that 70. Okay. Our students, most of our students, they say if they've got 1 mark less, it's like committing a big crime. That's what they think. That means scoring 70 out of 70, 100 out of 100 is so easy for them. Okay. Even for you, it's definitely possible. Of course, it's not very easy, I'm telling you. They're ready to put so much of hard work possible. But this is, every subject is like this. For mathematics, it's 100 completely, only theory part. Okay, there's no practicals in math. So this physics, there is laboratory, chemistry, there is lab, and biology, there is lab. Here, electronics, there is lab, and computer science, there is lab. So PC, for 3 subjects, except mathematics, other subjects, there'll be lab sessions. In college, they'll arrange the timetable such that you'll be able to manage. Okay. Now you see, you've decided to take extra coaching. Okay. And at extra coaching, you should support, or you should prove that, okay, you got some benefit out of this coaching, or else better not to join. Okay. You should have to get more information to score that, so that you'll get 70 on 70, so that your score is 100 on 100. Plus the information you've gathered, the confidence you've gained by attending these classes, the subject knowledge, you have to use it in the entrance examination also. Okay, fine. After that, now what they do, this first PUC examination, when they conduct, it is usually a district level examination. First PUC, district level examination means for Tumkur district, they'll frame 1 paper. Valuation will go on, examination will be conducted seriously, but Tumkur district, there will be 1 examination paper. And we have a collection of different districts, what examinations they conduct all these years. You will get sample papers, you'll come to know, and you can easily plan for your preparation. But for second PUC is the real state board examination. That means for state, Karnataka state, they'll conduct, they'll frame 1 paper and conduct the examination. This is the real board examination. This is conducted at district level. And this year, because of this COVID problem, they have passed all the students. Some students in a college, I know some 60 students have failed. But still, they don't conduct the supplementary examination for them. They have simply promoted all the students to second year. All that will definitely reflect in the second year syllabus, second year results. This happened, okay, this year. Now you see, for second PUC, for entire Karnataka, they'll frame 1 paper. That's a serious paper. Okay. Now you see, your ambition should be to score top class marks in this first PUC examination and second PUC board examination also. Now, second PUC board examination, scoring, is it important? It is important, definitely. Is scoring important? It is definitely important in the board examination. Reason is, it is easy to score, and your PU percentage will count when you take up, when you apply for higher courses, examinations, such things. Okay. And say, if you're applying for a job based on your PUC score, that's definitely considered. Maybe there are some state government or central government jobs or defense jobs for PUC level, that score is definitely considered. But you see, this PUC, your PCM score, PCM theory examination score is considered for CET 50%. Means Karnataka CET, when they conduct entrance examination for engineering course, when they conduct this PCM theory score, they'll consider 50%. And then the PCM CET score, they'll consider the CET, in the CET rank, 50% they'll take this and 50% from this one. PCM of entrance examination, your CET rank, when they decide CET rank, your CET rank is decided by 50% of this one and 50% of this one. Whatever score you have made here, PCM, whatever score you have taken here from in CET, they'll add that, and based on that, they'll give CET rank. Okay. Therefore, the state board scoring is important. And your biology score is not considered for CET rank. Maybe for BSc AG they'll consider, not for, and for medical, the CET is absolutely not there. For medical, there's a NEET examination where they don't consider this board examination. Okay. So therefore, your CET rank will be good for engineering. There are top class engineering colleges available. And in Karnataka, the top rated engineering college is RVCE Bangalore. The number one college, you can equate it to any NIT or IIT, definitely. Such good college in Bangalore, RVCE, RV College of Engineering. And this is students with CET rank 1 to 50, they'll go to this RVCE. If you verify engineering top rank number 1, he'll go to RVCE. Okay, that's considered as a number 1 engineering college. And that college is definitely deserves that top rank. It is rated as number 1. And after that, we have PES Bangalore. After that, we have a BMS college. And then we have MS Ramaya College. After that, we have UVCE College. And in Mysore, we have NI College and also JCE College in Mysore. Like that, 10th place maybe our SIT is also there. Tumkur SIT is also there. Okay. And how they give this rank? It's based on the quality of education, the facilities, the number of the qualified teachers there, and then the campus selections, and how many students are placed properly in good companies. All that they'll consider and then give rank. Okay, getting a computer science seat in SIT is not an easy job. And in RVCE, getting computer science is definitely a tough job. Therefore, your CET score is also important. Your board examination score is also considered. These two are added. And only for Karnataka CET, this is considered. This board examination score is considered. Okay. So therefore, you see, you have to score well. I'll come to this engineering later. You have to score well in this state board also. Now we are giving the classes, we are conducting classes for this state board examination. Okay. Now what classes we run on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7:30 to 8:45. Okay. These 3 classes, and we'll also try to take one class once the portions begin seriously. We'll try to take one more class on Sunday, and this time, class is for the state board examination, first PUC and second PUC. Okay, first PUC for the district level examination, and it's not just to make you score, it is to make you understand all the topics of chemistry in detail and to clear your doubts, preparing for every chapter so that entrance examination becomes easy for you. That's the purpose. Your score in the board examination will be easy. You'll score very good marks. To consider that also. Okay. Now, these classes are for these board examinations. Next year also, this year for first year, we have just one batch where Mr. Manjunath Bharadwaj will be teaching this. And Mr. Manjunath Bharadwaj is very good in his subject. And he has taken some topics to our second year students also. Second year students, who are preparing for NEET and JEE, they've taken, say for them, Manjunath Bharadwaj has taken some classes. And I really appreciate his subject knowledge. He'll be there, and I am always there to clear your doubts along with Mr. Manjunath. And now, this is for theory. After that, we'll try to take one class for entrance examination from first PUC to prepare. Now the question is it necessary to prepare for entrance examination from first PUC? So early, is it possible? Is it necessary? Parents may ask, students may ask. Dear students, I'm telling you, a student in Delhi or Bombay, Chennai, okay, And then we have, say, another big town, where this activity is going on, Hyderabad. All these places, Bangalore, if you consider, here, students, they'll start preparing for this entrance examination from their 8th standard. 8th, 9th, 10th, they'll have introductory courses, foundation courses. And then 11th, 12th, that means, they'll start preparing from their 9th standard. I know some students who got top class ranks in the PUC, CET, or JE, or all this. They started their preparation from their 9th standard. That means even if you start preparing seriously from first PUC, you're already late. But I'm not disappointing you. At least from now, first year, you're preparing. So it's not too early. Okay. So many start their preparation from their 8th or 9th standard at least. Okay. So therefore, you're preparing from first PUC, and it's a good. If you start preparing from today, that shows that you are a good planner of your life, of your career. Okay. Fine. Now you see. So we have to prepare. The method we have to adopt should be at par with the students of Delhi or Bombay. Okay. Again, I'm telling you, success is a triangle story for a student. Student, his nature; teacher, his capability; and the parent, their encouragement, their understanding of the requirements. These three things decide success. A student, teacher, parent. How efficient all are working, it depends. That decides the success. But when it comes to examination, again, it's a triangle story. I'm telling you, examination, your score depends on what study material you use. Study materials. And how seriously you are studying NCERT textbook. You cannot neglect the NCERT textbooks. Okay. NCERT means, the CBSE textbooks. Okay. After that, how you plan taking tests. Not just reading, you're frequently taking tests. These three things decide your score. Okay. Therefore, there are two ways of approach. Now, students, this is just an introduction about how to kickstart your PUC. And in this career planning part 2, tomorrow, what I'll do, I'll tell you what are all the examinations you can plan. What is the importance of those examinations, like Karnataka CET, what are the details? And then we have this BSc AG, how to get into that. All farm sciences like BVSC, fisheries, forestry, such things. And then we have NEET examination for medical course. Okay. And then we have BITSAT conducted by Pilani, Birla Institute of Technology, Pilani, and then VIT of Chennai and Vellore. The Vellore Institute of Technology, they have 2 campuses, one in Chennai, one in Vellore. And this examination. After that, then we have KVPY. That's a beautiful examination conducted by central government. And this Kishore Vaignanik Puraskar Yojana. All these examinations, in and out of this, I'll tell you, I've seen many, many students passing all these examinations. KVPY is a direct entry ticket to Indian Institute of Science. Okay. So, and they'll give scholarship also. There is no fee there. And after that KVPY, there are ICERs. There are NICERs also. Okay. Indian Institute of Science Education and Research. And then National Institute of Science Education and Research. Every state has got one ICER, one NICER. Okay. And then, of course, JEE is definitely there. JEE, they conduct 2 examinations, JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. About all these examinations, how all these examinations are conducted, I'll tell you in part 2 tomorrow. Okay. And in part 3 next week when I take, I'll tell you about how to prepare for these examinations. Okay. How to prepare also, I'll tell you. So now we'll stop this session with this. Okay. And tomorrow, career planning part 2, I'm going to tell you about each examination, how to plan. Okay. And you will be writing one of these examination or 2 or 3 of these examinations. Okay. I'll tell you about the examinations tomorrow. And the next session, part 3, I'm going to tell you how to crack this examination. What's the key to open these locks? Okay. Fine, dear students and parents. I'm happy you participated in this. And maybe you can send questions through WhatsApp to me, and I'll answer those questions tomorrow. Your specific question, if you send it to me, in tomorrow's session 7:30, I'm going to answer that. Okay, fine. All the best. Take care. Thank you for attending this session. Okay.